Hey guys, how we doing? Oliver here, coming at you from my second video after the one from yesterday. So thank you so much for watching, thank you so much for being here. Before I kick this video off, I want to say a huge thank you for everyone that commented on yesterday's video, everyone that got in touch with me after the video and just basically said how much they enjoyed it, how well they thought it went. It means a huge deal to me and I'm so grateful for it, so thank you so much. Now today's video, I'm going to come at you, I'm going to start talking a little bit more about the first part of the 4 concepts that I introduced to you yesterday, which is going to be the you. We're actually going to talk a little bit more about how to set the goal, how to understand what it is that you want, so that we know what we're going to put in there for next time. So the first thing that I want to introduce to you as part of this is the idea of actually building the goal. Now a lot of people and a lot of the time, we see setting a goal as something to do, which is totally wrong. Setting a goal is not something that you are going to do. That's a task. That's changing a light bulb or going to the shop or whatever it might be. That's just something you have to go and do. A goal is a change. It's a transformation. It's something that you have to be, something that you have to become, and this is why it so often fails. Our conscious minds, when we set this goal, are looking at it as something that we need to go and do in order to get a result. And as soon as we hit the little changey part, where we need to actually overcome an obstacle or become someone different to meet that challenge, our subconscious mind wakes up, freaks out, and backs us out of the whole deal as quickly as it can. We don't carry on. That's always the toughest bit. That's the bit we come across the hardest. Once you can realize that you're setting yourself up for a transformation, that something is going to change, you get your subconscious mind on board from the start, that's when he actually provides momentum and we push through. So guys, make sure you're aware it is a change. Now we know that, I'm going to move on. I'm going to talk about 3 things to actually help you set the goal. And what's going to be super important here is that you do get involved. Once you've heard it, try it. It is a live video, but it will be back. You can watch it again. So definitely actually put this in place. Cool? Cool. So, number 1, we have to get specific on what it is that you want. So yesterday I used the example, if you were to go shopping and you didn't know what you want, you're going to come out with something rubbish, or you're going to come out with nothing. In fact, you just look weird walking around with no idea what you want. We need to make sure we understand. Now, being specific means doing something that is meaningful for you, but that you can also, in a minute with me, quantify and we can have a measure of. So you're not going to say, my goal is to go to the gym. Because if you say that, what's the point? Why are you going there? What are you doing it for? What does it mean? Nothing. You could go there for any number of reasons and leave with any number of outcomes. You want to say, I want to go to the gym because I want to lose weight. I want to go to the gym because I want to gain muscle, because I want to be able to run faster, because I want to practice my yoga, because I want to practice my craft, whatever it is, that's a more specific goal. If you do struggle, you can get as specific as you want. If you do struggle, just keep asking yourself why. I want to go to the gym. Why? Because I want to lose weight. Why? Because I want to look better. Why? Just keep going until you've got a super specific and super meaningful goal for you. Remember, most of these things you're not going to have to share with loads of other people. So they can be as personal as you want. That's sort of the point. Once you've got really specific, you can then be super focused and you can be really clear on what it is that you're trying to get. And the clearer you can get, the easier it's going to be to find it, right? Because it's going to start showing up all over the place. So that's the first thing. Get super specific, super clear, and be super focused. The second thing is you need to be able to measure it. So like I said just now, if we're going to have a specific goal, it needs to be something that is quantifiable. That means we need to be able to put numbers on it in 2 different areas. Firstly, the actual change itself. So I'm going to stick with the gym thing. If we want to lose weight, how much weight do we want to lose? If we weigh 100 kilos, I want to lose 15 kilos. That's a quantifiable weight. We can start measuring that. The reason is, again, Mr. Subconscious Mind wants to see results, or he's going to say it's not worth the effort, because it's going to be a bit of effort to achieve anything worth achieving. If you can measure it and you can quantify it, we can start seeing progress. The time part of it, you need to give yourself a deadline. Deadlines are good, right? We need to make sure we know what's coming up so we can push ourselves to achieve it. Now with this, again, using the gym example, be as realistic with yourself as you can. Don't start telling yourself you're going to lose those 15 kgs in 3 weeks, because that's a complete waste of time, especially if you've never been to the gym before in your life. You're going to say, I'm going to go 5 days a week, Are you going to do that right away? If you've been 5 days in 5 years, chances are you're not going to go 5 days a week for very long. So the first time you do it, you want to go 2 days a week for 4 weeks. Next time you might go 3 days a week for 4 weeks. And the next 4 weeks, you're going to ramp it up to 5. That's going to introduce your body and your mind to what you're trying to do. It's going to bring the change in nice and slow and nice and easy. And it's going to mean you're seeing results throughout these first few weeks, so you're going to keep doing it. Makes sense, right? Cool. So yeah, be able to measure it, be able to quantify it, and make sure it's super specific. Finally, what you want to do is you want to be able to actually write it down everywhere. I've got mine on the back of my door. I can't leave the room without seeing it. That keeps it fresh in my mind. So definitely, right now, write it down. Make sure it's something that is clear and concise, and that you know what you're going to get, like a shopping list. Secondly, and this is a bit of fun, draw a little picture of it. Draw a little picture of what you're going to look like or what's going to happen once you've achieved that goal. We do this because it starts your mind, it starts your creative juices going, and it keeps it all fresh for you. And again, I said yesterday, the reason that we keep things in our minds is so that we know we are clear enough. So you've got a little thing written down and you're going to draw a little picture of your goal. Finally, you need to take those 5 minutes and actually visualize yourself through it. Now, if you're not someone who's visualized before, if you don't have a particularly strong imagination, it's no problem. Start it all off with something a little bit smaller. Make it homely. Close your eyes. Imagine your own kitchen. Imagine yourself reaching out, feeling the cupboard door. Is it a metal handle? Is it a wood handle? Open it up, what's inside. Breathe in deeply through your nose and imagine any smells that your kitchen might have. If there's a bacon, if there's cinnamon, whatever else it might be. Any sounds that are going on if the kettle boiling. By doing that, you're using your imagination. You are visualizing what you've already got. When it comes to doing this with your goals, it's going to be a bit harder because it's something that is new or that hasn't happened yet. But by doing it just 5 minutes every day, you will never be more clear on what it is you're trying to achieve. Every day then, you're going to see this awesome vision of yourself. You're going to have loads of excitement, loads of energy to go and do it because it gets more and more real every time you visualize it. So guys, those are 3 things for setting this goal. Now remember, right now, we're not talking about how to stay committed to it. That's going to come up later on. All right, we're not talking about how to actually make sure you get up and do it. That's going to come later on. For now, I just want you to be able to do the first part, which is set the goal. Be able to actually put that target in place. Be aware of the change that you're about to come up against. Then we can use these things to start building it together, and we can actually start going through it. So that is, in a nutshell, everything that you're going to need to actually craft this perfect you. To be able to write it down to give yourself an idea. Now, for everyone that's been watching, everyone that's heard it, everyone that watches later on as the recording, please, I'd love to see what you come up with your goal. If you want to share it, pop it in the comments and let me see how it's come out. If you want to PM it to me personally, let me see it. Let me see what's going on. I love these things because they give me excitement. So let me see that. Let's work on it. Let's build it up. If anyone's got any questions, as always, put it in the comments. If you've got anyone you think needs to see this, then just as yesterday, share it about, get it out there and let everyone see so I can help them. And tomorrow, I'm going to come back and we're going to go through the M, the motivation part of it. We're going to show you how to build up this you. So if you want to be ready for this, it would be great if you had your goal ready. If you don't, not a problem. But if you've managed to do it by tomorrow night, this is going to be loads more easy. Cool. Thanks very much, guys. I'll see you tomorrow night.